welcome to my channel. My name is Marianne Allen, and I am happy you're on here today. First of all, I want to thank everyone who has subscribed to my channel already. Today, what we're going to talk about are data usage in Liberia. We spend so much money on data in Liberia, it was ridiculous. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that and the situation that we found ourselves in, and maybe that may apply to you or not. So when we traveled to Liberia, my husband worked remotely, and my daughter was also in remote learning. So she had to go to school while in Liberia, and my husband had to work while in Liberia. And even though I wasn't in school or I had to work remotely, I did have some internet work to do, some things to do on work. I had a little bit of work to do, and I also had to do some uploads on YouTube and stuff like that. We got there on Friday night. By Saturday, we went and we registered our SIM cards and got the $29.99 package, which is supposed to be like the monthly package, unlimited talk, and I think 10 gig of data. So we were like, okay, we're not going to be online all the time, so that would be just fine for us. And we'll also be able to call just locally, because we didn't really have anyone in the US that we needed to be on the phone apart from checking in on Facebook Messenger or something. So we didn't need a whole lot of voice talk. So our daughter did not have a phone that she was using locally, like a Liberia phone. So it was just my husband and myself. And so the $29.99, 2 lines, and then we bought a small block box of hotspot data. And that hotspot were mainly for my daughter to use for school. And then maybe if we were out of the house, because she didn't have a phone that worked in Liberia. So she had her US phone, but she could connect to the hotspot and have access to the internet. So we got the little block box with data on it. That was for $25. So on Saturday, the day after we arrived, we paid about $85 for that data, thinking the only thing we would have to do is to just maybe top up the box whenever it runs low. But we were in for a shock. By Monday morning, I tried to browse online and I could not. When I checked, I was told that I did not have any data, and I'm like, how do I not have data? We just topped up on Saturday. Sunday, we were so tired, so we kind of rested the entire Sunday. Didn't really do much, and by Monday morning, we're out of data. So we topped up. So at the time, we didn't go back to the store to top up. We actually just Ding ourselves. So if you're not familiar with Ding, is an app that you use to top up people in Liberia, and the money comes directly from your account here, and the credit goes to the person's phone and they can use that. The cool part about that is that when you are in Liberia, you can actually ding yourself. You can actually send top up credit to your phone. So on Monday, we topped up again, $20 each line. So $20 for me, $20 for my husband. On the hotspot box, $25. So we spend $65 on Monday. So Saturday, $85. Monday, $65. By Wednesday of that week, we were out of data again. So it was just our personal phones, $10 each. So that was $20 on Wednesday. So we've done Saturday, Monday, Wednesday. Thursday morning, we were going to Caldwell. I actually did a recording on that day. And this entire time, I'm barely online. I'm doing a lot of recording in my phone, but I'm not reaching out to anyone via Facebook or anything. I'm not really browsing because I'm trying to take it all in, So by Thursday morning, before we left, I tried to go on Facebook and kind of check things out, and we were out of data again. So I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, we just keep running through it. What are we doing? We're not even online. but I really needed to be online, so we topped up again, $20 for me and $20 for my husband, on that Thursday morning. My data was off, turned it off the entire time, went to sympathize with family, did not turn my phone on whatsoever. When we got home, I decided I was going to browse a little bit online, went online, turned my data on to browse, and I was out of data. And that was where I got really mad. I'm like, you know what? Something has to be done. Like, we're going right now to the office because we just topped up our phones this morning, $20 each, never used the phone, data is off. We go to Cardwell, we come back, and the money is gone. Like, that just can't be possible. So that was when we actually went into the office to find out what was going on. So the girl explained, she took a look at our phones and stuff. And the first thing was the Saturday that we got in, that we thought we had gotten the $29.99 package. Whoever we bought the minutes from did not give us $29.99 package. They bought us the 10 gig package and divided that between the two phones, the two numbers. So we paid for a $29.99 package each, but we got $25 package, I think, and it was split between the two phones. So that was an error. And also what she told us was, even when you have your data off, there is a code that you have to dial in your phone. It's kind of like an orange code that you have to dial in your phone, and then it's going to ask you if you want your apps, your background apps, to use your data while your data is off. So basically what happened was, even though the data is off, there were apps that were running in the background, and because there was no data for it to use, it actually used up the money in the phone, which is what she said happened. So she was able to turn that off, and from that point, we didn't experience that at that rate. And then also for the hotspot mobile, it just wasn't working for us. It was being used up pretty easily, so we had to transition to the Wi-Fi in the house, like the modem. And then we paid $178 for that, because you pay about $125 to buy the modem, and then the data plan for that is like $53. So the total came to like $178. And I think with taxes and stuff, it was a little above that, but I just did the bare price. So $178 plus the $40 that we did that morning on our phones. So we pay over $200 just on that day. Now, when we got the Wi-Fi and the modem, it was a little better. It was faster. When we were home, we could turn our data off, and we all like kind of log onto the Wi-Fi, connect to the Wi-Fi, and we would use the data. My daughter used the data while she was in school. My husband used it when he was at work. It worked pretty well. After she disabled whatever that was in the phone, the data usage was much controlled. So after that point, we reloaded. But we were a lot in the house, and my mom and sister would come over. We kind of hooked them up with the Wi-Fi, so when they were over, they didn't have to bother about using their data. So when everyone was home, it was a lot of people connected to the Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi was pretty decent. So we kind of used that up pretty quickly. So for the remaining 2 weeks that we were there, or maybe a week and a half, we reloaded additional 2 times. So that was $53. So once you buy the modem and the box, you don't pay that money again. You just reload. So to reload is like $53. And that is for 125 gig of data, which is a lot of data that you can use. So we reloaded 2 extra times, 53 and 53. And then on our personal phones, we reloaded. There were 2 times we sent 2020 to our phones, and then the last time we did 2020 to our phones. And that was kind of what stayed in our phones until we left. So that was a total of additional $80. So the total that we spent on data in Liberia for 3 weeks was a total of $574. Yeah, ridiculous. And it wasn't comparable to the US. Not at all. It wasn't. I mean, even with that, we still struggled. Like, I couldn't even post a lot when I was in Liberia because the videos just took days to upload. Let's just say that, days to upload. It just did not happen. If you had any videos over, let's say, 7 minutes, it took forever to upload. So I just got frustrated with that. So we spent $574. My best advice to you, if you're traveling to Liberia and you have to use very high amount of data, I would say if I were to do that again, I would just go ahead and get the Wi-Fi modem, pay $125 to get the modem. That's a one-time cost, and then put $53 worth of data on it, which is 125 gig, which is a lot. And then just put maybe like $10 on our phones just when we're out of the house, because you really don't browse when you're out of the house, mostly when you're home, and that would be able to take us. And I would recommend you only do that if you have like work stuff to do, like you're going to be working from Liberia, or if you have school stuff to do, or you have some heavy internet work to do. You don't need all that data if you're just going to visit and you're just going to browse on the go and hang out. With that, I would say don't do their $29.99 package. That thing is a mess. It doesn't do it. It doesn't do anything. What you should do is get to Liberia, register your SIM card, download the Ding app from America if you're not currently using it, connect it to your account. When you get to Liberia, you can send yourself like $20 of credit to your phone, and then you can use that credit and convert it when you activate, and then the $20 stays in your phone. And what you do is that you activate $1 or $3. They call it the Mind Pack. You activate that, and when you activate it, you get voice and data. And it takes you for a couple of days, and then you activate another $1 or $2, and it takes you for a day or two, and stuff like that. So you would realize that $20 would take you much of your time, unless you're browsing a lot. You're watching YouTube videos and those kind of things, then it takes up a lot. But if you're just visiting, I would say $40 worth of data from the time you get there to the time you leave should be just fine. Another hassle with data in Liberia and Orange overall is that there are so many codes. You just cannot remember those codes. There's a code to activate MindPack. There's a different code to activate just data. There is a code to activate the $29.99 package. There is another code to check how much you have on your phone. There are so many different codes. It's difficult to keep track of them. And the only way you can check or use that is to be able to dial that, like #352# or something like that. And there's just different, I found myself writing them down because I couldn't keep track of it. But they said for those who live there, the only way, is really hard to keep track of it. So what they do, they just stick to a certain package. That way you get used to the codes that are related to that package, and you don't move from one package to another. But that is how much we spent in Liberia. And I hope this information was helpful. Leave a comment down below, like the video, and hit the subscribe button and the notification button so you don't miss any other videos when they're uploaded. I have tons of information that I need to share with you, so do stick around. And if you have not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Until next time, my name is Marianne Allen, and thanks for watching.